Our drag racing community lost one of its own with the passing of Gene Altizer on July 29, 2025. Gene was a fixture in the gas coupe and sedan category, as well as an early competitor in the funny car classification. Gene was a charter member of the S&S Parts Company team out of Falls Church, Virginia. Listen now as Fred Bear introduces the team members.
This is K.S. Pittman's 33 Willys.
Right.
This is Gene Altizer's A-Gas Anglia.
Right.
This is the Charlie Hill-owned, Porky Zartman-driven Filthy 40.
Right.
This is a Fred Bear B-Gas car. This is Dave Hale's D-Gas car, which is this car that has been completely restored now. The only survivor. All the rest of them got crashed and killed and were given burials, I'm afraid.
Back in 1963, Gene Altizer won the A-Gas Class Championship at the NHRA U.S. Nationals, and afterward, Gene and the guys posed for a picture in the winner's circle. Okay, now we are recreating history here, Gene, and we're going to start with you. What are you guys trying to replicate here by standing with this big trophy from Indy?
This is our 40th year anniversary. All four of us are together. Still here, living and breathing, having a good time.
Jack Dunn, I was Gene's pit man. Drove his push car.
Did you really? You got a good memory of that race?
Yes, I do.
Dave Hales.
Dave Hale, yeah, go ahead.
I was a D-Gas S&S racer. Gene wanted me to get in this picture. He's the one that won the class at Indianapolis.
And he brought you into the picture?
He brought me into the picture. I was runner-up in D-Gas at that same race.
How about that? And the final member.
Roger Spanks from Virginia, and here's the original photo from 40 years ago.
What role did you play in the team?
I worked with David and Gene and then
Is that right?
Cars, so
Super. Now you have a good memory of that day. Back in 1963.
Right.
You guys are the champions forever.
And this is the original. This is the 1963 banner when we won, when Gene won and Charlie won.
And that's what you put on it back in 63.
That's from 1963.
The car number and the class.
Right.
And you guys saved that banner all these years.
Absolutely.
And it's the banner we saw in the background of the photograph.
That's it.
Unbelievable.
Yes,
now, who had custody of that banner?
Gene.
Did he really?
What's amazing is he still got the jackets he was awarded by Escadarian and Autolite, a lot of the original stuff.
Unbelievable. What a group.
Yeah, we had a great time.
And now we take it to the final round of the middle eliminator category at the 63 Nationals. Ohio George Montgomery's A-Gas Supercharged Class winner, Gene Altizer, A-Gas Class champion. Altizer gets a handicap advantage, but on the top end, the Big Willies makes up the difference and gets the win. Ohio George went on to collect the glory of being the big winner, but Gene Altizer still feels that things could have gone differently. Now, you had a real good run in Anglia at that time.
Yes, sir. National record holder.
National class winner in 1963.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
And runner-up to Ohio George Montgomery for middle eliminator.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, I heard there was a little deal about that final run. Huh? What was that?
They gave him the service to change his spark plugs on the starting line. And after I'd already fired my car, and they told me to cut off.
Is that right?
Otherwise, I would have won the class.
You would have taken him out, huh?
Taken him out.
All right. Well, the rest is history, right? Now, let's hit the road with the S&S gang as they head out to the national drag races at Indianapolis, Indiana. Well, here comes Gene Altizer with his trusty Chevy Suburban Apache carryall and his little Anglia gasser in tow. Our next stop with Gene and the S&S team will be the 1964 U.S. Nationals at Indy. Ever since 1961, when NHRA moved the location of their national drag races to Indianapolis, the area has put out the red carpet to drag racers from all over the country. Upon arriving at Indy, one of the first stops will be at the tech area. And sure enough, we see the S&S gang waiting for their turn with the tech inspectors. Now there's K.S. Pittman's 33 Willies in the foreground and Charlie Hill's filthy 40 Seagas Willies in the background. Later in the week, Port Dartman will drive the filthy 40 Willies to the Seagas Championship. Well, that's S&S team member Fred Bear and his B-Gas Willies.
Yeah.
Out on the track, we see Gene Altizer making a time run down a quarter mile, and if you look real close, you can see a little puff of smoke as it approaches the finish line. With no time to work on it at the track, it turns into a motel repair job. The S&S team always stayed at the Meridian Lodge in downtown Indianapolis. It was a 3-story motel with an adjoining parking area that usually became an outside garage area for the visiting racers. Well, Gene Altizer and his crew have just arrived at the Meridian Lodge with their A-Gas Anglia, and Gene will have to get to work on the car as he has some mechanical problems that he could not fix while at the track. Dave Hales is already in a parking space next to the lodge, and he will be doing some minor adjustments to his Willies as he gets ready for another day of racing at the drag strip. It's hard to believe that everyone had to move everything from the track every day, take it to the hotel, work on the car, load it back up, and head back to the track the next day. Well, if you were lucky, you would only need to do a little cleanup work and some minor adjustments before heading back to the track. But in Gene Altizer's case, it would take some serious work to get the Anglia back in shape. In fact, Gene had to rig up a chain hoist to pull his engine out right in the hotel parking lot. Now, Gene tied a chain around the second floor hand railing. Now, from what I understand, the hotel manager was not very happy with the chain hoist deal, so the next engine removal job was performed by brute strength as the guys used a floor jack handle, some chain, and some very strong backs to lift the engine out of the car. These were the good old days. Check it out. Gene made some changes to his Anglia for the 1965 season, and we catch up with Gene at our Quasco Dragway. We'll take a look at Gene Altizer's Anglia with a GMC blower on top of the small block Chevrolet engine. Now, Gene decided to replace the old Hillborn setup with what you see here, and it really woke the car up. Thank goodness the S&S racing team had the foresight to document their involvement in the golden era of the gassers. This footage is absolutely priceless. Well, Gene is lining his gas-supercharged Anglia up against Gene Morey with the Morey Brothers Chevrolet-powered Volkswagen. And here they are, ladies and gentlemen, two of the legends of Aquasco, the Morey Brothers and Gene Altizer. Hey, we're standing here with a member of the S&S team. This is Gene Altizer. And Gene, you're here with the gassers at the York US 30 reunion, and I bet you're having a good time.
I'm having a great time,
But you know, I've been asking people like yourself that came out here for a favorite memory that they had of York US 30. Do you have one?
I got a real special one.
Do you?
There was a 3-day meet, 1970, Super Stock Nationals. They had blown cars, and I was the only injected funny car there for 3 days, and worked my way all the way to runner-up.
Wow.
Candies and Hughes. That's who I got beat by.
Is that right?
Last round.
Now, you were driving, what was it, a Chevy Nova?
It was Jungle Jim's old car that I bought in the winter of 69-70.
Oh.
The one that Claire Sanders drove and won the Winter Nationals with.
Is that right?
But, it was raced at Epping, New Hampshire the day that I bought it, and it was blown in half, so I had to buy the chassis and everything, and we put a new body and all new Albertler with aluminum work in it and all, and ended up with a brand new car.
Now, it wasn't an easy run, though. You had to keep working on that car.
Oh, yeah. I didn't have any spare pistons with me, and also every time we'd come back to the pits, pull the pan, clean out the skirts, roping skirts off the pistons, freshen the oil up, put her back together, and then make another run, dump 100% more.
You were running 100%?
100%. It didn't matter. Along with propylene oxide, too.
So the pistons were disintegrating, huh? You only had one more run left, probably.
That's all, but I got beat by Candies and Hughes.
Well, that settled it then, right?
After 3 days with an injected car, that's a real good chore.
Absolutely. Gene was a faithful participant of the York US 30 reunion events, and he was inducted into the York US 30 Legion of Honor in 2017. His history will live on with all who knew him. Rest in peace, racer. You have turned on the win light.